thousands of people are expected to flock to the Western Cape beaches to shake off the excesses of Christmas Day. The Day of Goodwill is traditional a day for Cape Town families to spend the day on the beaches. Now, these include Clifton, Camps Bay, Melkbosstrand, Muizenberg, Strandfontein, Monwabisi and Strand. The City of Cape Town law enforcement will be out in full force to ensure a safe environment is maintained. No alcohol will be allowed on the beaches, and those breaking the law will be firmly dealt with. For more on this, we cross now to our reporter, Abra Barbier in Strandfontein. Abra, a very good morning to you. I love the top line, to shake off the excesses of Christmas Day. I would imagine that and the sun would be top of mind.
Unati, good morning. Do you know what, I actually think this year feels very different to previous years because it sounds like some of the Cape Townians are shaking off the excesses at home. And I'm saying that because the numbers at the beaches aren't as huge as what I'm accustomed to them being. Apparently, more people will be heading towards the beach at around 2 o'clock this afternoon. So maybe people are sleeping in, which again is very unusual because we know in the past we've seen queues at the beaches from like 6 o'clock in the morning. We were at Camps Bay earlier. Camps Bay was a little bit busier than where we are right now, which is at Strandfontein. Before we came here, we were at Muizenberg, which is also a very, very popular beach in Cape Town, and it's normally packed to capacity. But there were reds, no swimming signs up, and the water is very, very brown. Apparently, there's lots of algae in the ocean that side, so I'm not sure if that's what's keeping people away. But here at Strandfontein, people are slowly starting to come in, and to tell us more about that is Wayne Dyson, spokesperson for the City of Cape Town's law enforcement. Wayne, thank you so much for speaking with us today. We were speaking earlier about how the numbers look different to what we are accustomed to. Do you expect, as law enforcement, do you expect more people still to be heading out this way?
Good morning, Abra. Yes, that's correct. Boxing Day is traditionally a day that people come to the beach. It's one of those days where, in fact, it's probably next to New Year. It's the biggest day of the year when it comes to beaches. So we've noticed this phenomena over the last couple of years where we used to have a huge crowd coming early in the morning, booking their places, making sure that they have a space here. And that's changed. People tend to come later in the day. So I can assure you that what we see here looks like a normal beach day, but there are going to be many, many more people coming in. It's our duty to ensure that they remain safe.
You know, when you see the mattresses and the fridges, then you know it's going to be a big day, and we're expecting that later on. Wayne, and then something else, there are loads of kids naturally on the beach. What do you guys have in place in terms of safety for kids?
We have an Identikids program, which is a program that basically everybody that comes in with children, young children, they are given a bracelet and with a serial number on there. And then they have a register where the details of the child's parents and the child's name and everything is recorded. So if the child is lost, you take it to the Identikids workers, and they will be able to match the serial number with the child's parents and thereby contact the parents. So it's a very, very successful program for us. Previously, I remember many years ago, we used to have to take about 12 children, maybe after New Year or Boxing Day, and keep them with us until about 9 o'clock when we close, and then take them to the police station and keep them there until the next day, until their parents come. Now, we've eradicated that.
Wow, that's scary. And then, Wayne, obviously the city is taking a no-tolerance approach to alcohol, weapons, very loud music and so on. In terms of your arrests and statistics, have you made any arrests this morning? Have there been any incidents to report as yet?
It's been a relatively quiet, if I include yesterday, it's been relatively quiet, no major incidents to report. There was, I think it was about 3 or 4 arrests for drunk. That is something that happens routinely. We're very strict when it comes to alcohol and the introduction of alcohol on the city's beaches. So we will give you a fine and we will impound your alcohol. In other words, take it away from you. And I think from the 1st of December up until now, we've confiscated about 1,942 litres of alcohol. And that translates into about 4,500 units. A unit being the container, that the alcohol is in. So that gives you an indication that even though we crack down ruthlessly on alcohol, people still take chances. They hide it. They put it in cool drink bottles. They inject it into fruit. So they're very creative, and we need to be aware of that. Thank you.
Very resourceful. Wayne, and then as I told you earlier on, our team, we are based at Parliament, so we engage with MPs quite a lot. And when I spoke to MPs earlier the week about their Christmas message to South Africans, one of the things that many of them actually said was thank you to the essential workers and calling on the public to respect essential workers because you guys don't have an easy job at this time. Tell me, how hard is it for somebody like you and your colleagues over this time? And how many officials do you know, perhaps, I'm not sure if you know, are out in full force over the next few days?
Well, look, we have our festive season safety policing plan, which it identifies all our resources, and that is based on our experience on where we have the most busiest beaches, but not only beaches, even our roads. All of those things are accounted for. So we know exactly how many people we have. I can't give you the exact number, but it's thousands. And we police 24 hours a day. And it is tough, yes, because this is the time of the year that families get together. And many times we are not able to be there. But we signed up. And it is very gratifying when you come home at night and you know that you saved somebody's life. Or you made a difference to a family that they could come out here and enjoy themselves safely.
Well, thank you for what you do, Wayne, and I hope that you and your team don't have too many incidents to report today. It will be a smooth few weeks coming up, and New Year as well for you guys as well. Thank you so much for speaking to us. Unati, there you have it. That was Wayne Dyson of the City of Cape Town just giving us an update on arrests, on incidents reported, and of course, very importantly, on the Safety for Kids program, which he says has been running very successfully till now. So we are going to be dashing off to another beach, I think, Unati, and we will catch up with you later on.
Let me tell you, Abra, that your background on that beach hopping looks quite inviting, I must say. But thank you so much for that.